Welcome back to the Enervon Boracay International Funboard Cup presented by the Philippine Tourism Authority. And with winds continuing to blow down at Bulabong Beach, we head straight back out into the action. With as many as 24 sailors all hitting the start line at full racing speed, things are getting a little bit hairy out in the lagoon. Even the most experienced of sailors are having problems.
Everyone's trying to hit the top buoy just near the tower, so there's not very much space. So unless you're, in the front leading the pack, and it's quite tight to squeeze through, and you have to weave in and out of people.
But sometimes there's just no room, as British slalom champ Dan Ellis found out to his cost.
The start's really, really tricky. There's so many guys, and it's quite a short line, and you have to hit the line right up by the tower. So everyone's fighting to get there.
So with 24 sailors hitting the start line for final number 7, we jump on board with Gonzalo. We can see the fleet over the line safely. There's Ellis up in front, Gonzalo crossing in second, and German Paz makes up ground on the inside. On the outside, there's Mr. Yoon of Korea. And we're on board now with Mr. Yoon, a real sense of speed. The start tower disappearing behind him there. He's in an excellent position up front, upwind, and fully powered up. Inside of Yoon, on board once again with Gonzalo. He must be in the lead now. There's no one ahead of him. But there's Ellis, that's his main rival. They're blasting down to that first jibe mark. And here they come, Mr. Yoon, Dan Ellis, then Gonzalo. And Gonzalo pushes them all wide, the Argentinian with the inside line. Through comes Keiji Kobayashi on the inside. They make contact though, he had too much speed. And he's hit Gonzalo. Dan Ellis uses the opportunity, he pulls away and takes the lead. That's a real break for Ellis. That's his orange luff tube. We can see he's leaving the fleet behind him now. Meanwhile, back at the mark, there's Kobayashi back up and going, and German Paz overtaking him, closely followed by Scotty Cummings from Guam. Back up front, Gonzo's got Ellis in his sights now. There's the Englishman just up ahead. Gonzalo chasing him down, but it looks like Ellis may have him this time out. It's measured sailing from Dan Ellis. A quick look over his shoulder there. Ellis very much now in the driving seat. Up to the second jibe mark. Ellis has got clean water. Rakes the sail back. Good jibing from him. And now through comes Gonzalo. A good jibe from the Neil Pride team sailor. He's number 6 in the world, so he really knows what he's doing. And in third place, there's Mr. Yoon from Korea, finally getting up amongst the leaders at this event. Still up front, it's Dan Ellis. He seems to be pulling away, very much in control at this stage. Meanwhile, back at the mark, local hero German Paz leads Denmark's Pierre Joel around. As hot on their heels, that's Lee Jae Chol and Typhoon, both Korean sailors. And here comes Scotty Cummings, leading teammate Keiji Kobayashi. But it's another shocker from Keiji. He's getting it all wrong today. And back up front, one more jibe. Dan Ellis leads good friend Gonzalo Costa-Hervel. In they come. It needs to be a good jibe from Ellis. He's through. On board with Gonzo now. Ellis looks to have stalled up front. Gonzo's through on the inside. This is going to be very close. Both pumping their sails out of that jibe mark. And back in third, it's Korean Mr. Yoon. He's bumping his way around, but managing to stay on board and leading the chase. German Paz still in fourth place, and that's Joel just behind him. Looking up the inside, he's got Mr. Lee right behind him. It's all very tight. And back up front, it's getting nasty. Dan Ellis has the upwind advantage. He's pushing Gonzalo closer to the beach. That's aggressive sailing from the Brit. They're going to run out of water if they're not careful. But it looks like the risks may well have paid off. Dan Ellis does indeed take the win. He is delighted, and that really opens this event up. And it's Mr. Yoon coming through to take third, with an ecstatic Pierre Joel just sneaking that fourth place ahead of German Paz. It's been a real close race.
Oh, that was a great race, you know. It was a battle right from the start. We both like looking for each other before the start, trying to outfox the other guy, and we were just stuck next to each other, you know, going into the first mark. He jibed a little bit wide. I came back, and just as he was about to go, he had a guy just caught the back of his sail, just held him up for a couple of seconds, allowed me just to pop through, and then it was just a matter of just, you know, staying ahead of him the whole time. We were really close. Then we're coming into the finish line and gone to try to drop below, and we, you know, sandwich him down, and I just managed to come across the line first, so it's a really good race.
So with 7 rounds in the bag, it's not over yet. Gonzalo heads the fleet. Ellis is in second, just ahead of Kobayashi and Mr. Lee. And in the women's fleet, solid racing from Lucy Horwood puts her firmly on top. The youngest competitor racing in the fleet is 9-year-old Gordo Galito, who's out there racing with his older brothers Guido and Gilbert. And they're not alone. 10-year-old Connor Baxter has come all the way over from Maui in Hawaii. Having raced at the previous AWT event in Indonesia, Connor's loving the Boracay conditions as he starts out on the long road to becoming a professional windsurfer.
My name's Connor Baxter, and I'm 10 years old, and I really love windsurfing.
This is Connor's second AWT event, and with the Galito boys taking time out to show him around the island of Boracay, he's just loving life on the tour.
It's real fun. You meet a lot of different kids. You know, you're not really, all the grown-ups are really pushing you, and you just ask questions when you're young, because when you're old, they won't give you much answers because they don't want you to win.
Connor rocked up at the last event with his dad. You know, he's this little blonde kid. He's probably got more enthusiasm than I've seen from anybody else on the tour. You know, we're all using, you know, 9-10 metre sails. He's got his 4.2 and he's flying. You know, he calls us grown-ups, which is a bit strange. But no, it's great. He's really going to go well far in the sport just because he loves it so much.
But living on the island of Maui, there's more to Connor's bow than just windsurfing. And with friends like tow-in legend Laird Hamilton to offer advice, Connor's future looks rosy.
When I'm bigger, I don't know a job, but mostly I'll just try to stick with windsurfing. And if I'm the best, you can make good money from it and have fun.